Alex, I know you've got to be a little bit disappointed with not getting the result, but it was an incredible fight. I know it's still fresh. How are you feeling right now?
I feel all right, just bumps and bruises everywhere. I'm disappointed because I knew I could have done more. I felt like during the fight I could have done more. I should have done more. I just let him get off first. Um, it was just one of those things. I guess I was in my own head too much. I thought about it a little bit too much, and it wasn't necessarily I wasn't necessarily getting hurt by any of the punches or kicks or knees or whatever, and I was just giving him too much time to set up his stuff. Where I felt like there was a couple times during the fight where I would be standing in front of him, he wasn't doing anything, I could have win, and I just let him go first, and so that's where I felt like I messed up.
I know you talked about that you would get stronger as the fight wore on. You were looking forward to having 5 rounds. It did seem like momentum was shifting in your direction. I mean, were you satisfied with how you felt in the later rounds?
Yeah, definitely. I felt like I was definitely landing more in the later rounds. I definitely felt like he definitely took round one. I felt like in round two, after I got the takedown, I definitely edged that out. I stayed on top for a long time. I got it when I wanted to. Landed a lot of clean shots. Third round, I felt like he came back a little bit stronger. Than the fourth and fifth round, I felt he was throwing a lot more, but I felt like I was landing cleaner. But I just knew that he was just more active. Even though I was landing, I knew that I had to be a little bit more active to win those rounds. And so, in the eyes of the judges, he definitely looked more dominant in there, even though I didn't feel like he was landing solid.
When you got there, for the judges' result, did you think that you had done enough, or did you feel like
No, I knew right when the fight ended. I should have done more. I could have done more. I knew it was going to be close. I knew it was going to be a split decision. I knew he was going to edge it out. He was a fan favorite. I was the underdog. So in order for me to win that fight, I just had to be a little bit more active.
What do you think about him? I mean, people are making a lot saying that he's, the next big deal. All the creativity that he has in there. I mean, when you stood on the other side of him, do you think he's destined for something great, or do you feel like you're right there with him?
I think he's definitely good, man. He's definitely good. He's talented. Has a bright future ahead of him. During the fight, I definitely felt you know, I was. I mean, I felt like I was there. Like there wasn't he wasn't gonna finish me. I didn't feel like that at all. On the ground, I felt comfortable. I didn't feel like I was in trouble when I was there either. It was very scrambly and stuff. We would like reverse each other and stuff. We'd probably end up neutralizing each other out and just getting back to the feet. But then again, I just if I did a little bit more, like that's what I felt. It was just a little bit more. If I excuse me, if I got like a couple more punches off, if I started first a few more times, it would have been my side. I was landing every time I felt like every time I threw and every time I pushed him back, I was landing and I was landing a solid shot. I was rocking his head back. I cut him a few times, so I knew I was landing with a little bit more significance, but I just wasn't inactive enough.
I know this is all kind of about the journey for you as a martial artist. So, where do you think you go from here?
We're gonna get back in the gym. I definitely want to prepare more for 5 round fights. That's one of the big things, especially in the first round. I didn't feel like I expended my gas tank completely, and that was the problem. I was conserving energy for 5 rounds, thinking that it was going to be tough. But then again, I have to realize I was doing 5 rounds in camp. I was doing 5 rounds when I was here. And I knew I should have realized that I had the gas tank to expend a lot more energy. But I was trying to save myself for the later rounds, so that's why in the first, and especially in the first round, I was dancing around a lot, trying to make him miss. Just moving around, letting him get off first, just because it's 5 rounds, my first time doing it, and I didn't want to gas out. I guess trying to fight smarter.
You did get an extra $50,000 for this Friday night. Does that make it any easier to deal with?
Like I always tell you, man, it's good. It's good that they're gonna pay me, but it wasn't about the money. I wanted to make my performance. I wanted to perform better than I did last time. I wanted to just become better as a person. So the disappointment's still there. I live below my means anyway. I'm glad and grateful that I got the bonus, but at the same time, it doesn't erase the fact that I lost. So I want to get back in the gym and I want to get better at it.
You guys were really playing up to the crowd there at the end. How was the arena, the atmosphere, brand new place for UFC? What were the fans like tonight?
They were nice, man. They were awesome. Felt the fans were very respectful. Even though a lot of the fans probably didn't go for me or didn't like me in the beginning, I felt towards the end of the fight, you know, I definitely felt like I gained their respect. Everybody was like, "Dan, this is just a hell of a fight." I felt a lot of acceptance after going all those 5 rounds with them.